Video thing. Oh yeah, them little legs moving like somebody I know.
Yeah, they're going straight up there.
Arms moving.
Oh, see the little feet?
Oh, he's touching his feet. Oh,
So cute. I like that profile when I took that.
Super active to be 10
Mm-hmm.
weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was telling your husband that you're almost 11 weeks. You're like 10 weeks, 4 days is what you're averaging.
and
I love Smoothie King. But this is my first episode of Dollie Mama. I am Mama Lainey, and the purpose is to talk about pregnancy, motherhood, support moms to be, moms that are already current, and just to motivate and discuss things that goes on with pregnancy and motherhood. I am 15 weeks, and I get asked so many questions. Um, One main question is, how was the first trimester of my pregnancy? And I could say it was terrible. I really didn't get out much. I threw up every day. I didn't have morning sickness. I had all day sickness, and I dropped like 20 pounds. I was down to 109 pounds. I'm now at 120, which is a good thing. So I'm really hoping that it's a boy. And um one of the things that I did to help with my nausea was, honestly, one of the main things that I could only eat was like crackers, like Cheez Its or like saltine crackers. But juices, like natural juices, I use blueberries, oranges, lemons, honey, and ginger root, the natural ginger root. And it just helped settle my stomach so much. It was so many things that I had to give up. I had to give up a lot of dairy, whole milk. It was even hard for me to eat salad. Um, Even like just natural things. So it had me really dehydrated, and one of the most things that I hated was spitting. Like, I would go through at least 3 Powerade bottles a day. Like, just the most terrible thing I've ever been through, because it was unattractive. I couldn't talk. I didn't want to be around anyone because all I did was spit. Sometimes it comes and I just chew gum, but it is so much better than it was before. So thank God that's over. Um, um, I'm asked, has my relationship changed with my boyfriend? And I wouldn't say it changed. It's just it went through a transition, because I'm changing. I'm not the same person that I used to be. Like, I'm not doing the things that I used to do. Like, sometimes I just want to sleep. And honestly, learning, but I always know that it's not just about me. Because I'm pregnant doesn't mean that everything that I do comes first, because he's still human. So he still needs love and affection and attention. So I try to make sure that I always keep that in the front of my mind, because as much as he's supportive and he like cooks and does everything that I need, he still needs to feel some type of support himself. So it's always a learning process. I'm going to be drinking and eating a lot during it, because for some reason I always have this taste in my mouth that I hate. So just bear with me. But I drink Smoothie King a lot. This is a strawberry lemon twist, which I love. But I try to drink as much water. It's so important to drink 4 to 8 bottles a day, especially for pregnancy, because you become dehydrated so fast. Another question is, is it scary to become a mom? Most of the time. That's what I think about, because I just want him or she to have like the best, him or her to have like everything that I can possibly give. And not only that, but making sure that I remain a lady and not just put everything, ahead of me, but make sure that I prioritize everything and not become depressed or, not enjoying my life. I want us to both, have a good life. All of us. I still want to, remain a committed and fun girlfriend or wife and be a loving and attentive mom, but also giving all of that to myself as well, because it's always important. Like finances and everything, it's just scary because he's gonna need so much, and it's not even with the baby, when it comes, also with it growing, like you need to change so many habits. I had to throw away dairy. That's really important. Things that I used to eat. I love seafood, but I can't eat it anymore. People ask, do I crave food? What kind of foods do I crave? I don't really crave a lot of things. I want things at certain times. Like, it was a time that I was addicted to Starbucks roasted ham and Swiss croissants. And I went to one Starbucks. They didn't have it. Drove to another Starbucks. I went to like 3 Starbucks. I drove around for like 2 hours to make sure that I got that croissant. So it's like all about, excuse me, it's natural. But it's something that I really wanted at that time, like literally. But it's not always about, what I want, because deli meats are, you have to be careful with that as well. Exercising, stretching, because now I do have to use a pregnancy pillow. Even though it doesn't seem like I'm that big, he is growing, and it's not up here but more so down here. So my back when I sleep is just, it was horrible. So I had to get the pillow. It's very supportive, and I recommend a lot of moms to get it. I got mine from Target. And one thing I would like to dedicate this to is my mom, because every time I think that we have grown closer to each other, as far as communication, this has really brought us closer together, because she has been where I am. She's been so supportive. Like, whatever I need, she's there. Jay, my boyfriend, my baby's father, he has been like tremendous. He cooks. One time, the only thing that I kept down that he cooked was asparagus. So the next day, he made me an entire plate of asparagus, and I threw it up. I'm like, it's like, it's one day he may like something, but the next day, you can't overdo it. So I don't know where he gets his bougie taste from, but probably me. But it wasn't exciting at first, And it's a process. it's going to teach you patience and appreciation, because when you see that beautiful baby, it's all going to be worth it. You know, I just keep looking at what's ahead instead of what was going on now, because it was very hard for me. I didn't want to do anything. I started feeling down about myself because I lost a lot of weight, and also just in fear of his health. But you know, the baby has a small yolk sac inside of their sac, and they get nutrition and everything from it, so they're fine. But it's good to always keep a checkup on it. I found out in California, trying to live my California life, and I was like, I think like a few weeks, and I missed my period, and so we bought a test, a few. I I did, you know, the lipstick thing. Got in the shower. I stayed in that shower for about 30 minutes because I was like, I knew. It's like, I'm pregnant. And he put a napkin on top of it, and he was like, I can't look at it. He's like, I want you to look at it. So we looked at the test and said positive. I took another test, positive. Took another test, positive. It's like, so I'm about to be someone's mom. And he was just happy, like, I already knew. But one of the greatest things was that he kind of had the same symptoms as me. He had morning sickness. He had, like, a lot of things. Like, if I felt some type of way, it would transfer onto him. So it made me happy to know that he was, like, connected a lot to the baby and to me. So I wasn't going through it by myself. But after that, you know, after you get that test, you have to go to a doctor just to double check, just to make sure that you know you get your vitamins and you start off with a healthy pregnancy. And I would also like to say I'm sorry to all the moms who have lost, you know, have had losses, because I couldn't imagine, you know, how hard it would be. So I just motivate, encourage everyone to, moms to, you know, just push through it and, you know, appreciate the support that you have. Don't worry about the support that you don't have. You know, be your own support and do what you have to do for your baby. Cause from day one it needs you. Like literally, he started doing the most. Soon as that test said positive, like I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't smell anything. The things that I used to love, it's hard for me to bear it now because of the intense sickness that I went through when I used to smell it or whatever. So it has changed me more than I, you know, ever known. You know, the vitamins, you know, it made my skin a little bit popping. But at first it was like scaly, it was dry. It was a lot of things. So I understand, especially for men, patience, because you, even though it might look like on the outside her stomach isn't big, literally hormones, everything in her body is transitioning to carry a baby. And all you can do is be there. The most important thing for you to do, you're not a father when the baby comes, you're a father when that pregnancy test says positive. And it also shows how supportive you would be towards your partner, because it is very important. Like, a woman never forgets who was there. And I didn't tell a lot of people at first, only because sometimes you never know how the pregnancy will go. And also, good news for you isn't always good news for other people. And so it's like, if you aren't prepared for opinions, it's best to just, make sure that you keep that to yourself until you're ready. It's not something that you have to tell everybody, especially, because it's like, you got a lot of time. Even though it seems like time for me is going by so fast, as far as the news goes, it's up to you guys when, you're ready to let everyone know that you're pregnant. My jumper is cami tie-dye from Fashion Nova, which has been a good support. I have actually went from a extra small to a small. So now I'm like at 120 pounds, which I'm happy about because Mama still might be fly when she dropped this baby. So I might not have to do so much when after the pregnancy, but it's all about your health. So it's not about making sure that you keep a certain look because everybody's pregnancy is not the same. What else? Accent my diet. I have started drinking almond milk rather than a lot of dairy, cutting out a lot of cheese, a lot of heavy meats, because as it grows, your intestines moves up and it makes it hard for things to move through your body, and constipation is real during pregnancy. So they use that blueberry tea. Blueberry has a lot of antioxidants in it. It breaks it up. It it just gives more nutrition to your digestive system, which is something that you're definitely going to need. So I just drink it like once a day. Even if I'm not, I try to eat chicken more than anything. I don't eat a lot of deli, meats, sandwiches, or greasy foods because heartburn, indigestion, all of that is real. And listen to your body. It's going to tell you so much about what you need to do, what you don't need to do. Like, you just have to trust the process and remain strong throughout it all. It's going to be days on this show. Not going to be all dolled up because I also am very important about taking care of my skin now, because I know this little person is going to want to kiss all over me and slob on my face, so I can't just have on makeup. I just felt pretty today and it looks good outside. So I put on my Fenty. I'm going to show pictures of the eyeshadow that I use. I love it. And my lashes were done by Champagne Lashes, which I absolutely love. So I love the questions. I love that you guys feel comfortable, asking me certain things and sharing your stories about your pregnancy with me, because it's good to have a good support system and motivation. So I want to keep that going. This is only the first episode to introduce Dollie Momma. New fashions, new things that you could do, things that I do that I would love to share. So I want you guys to stay tuned and, ask me questions. Follow me on YouTube at Elaine's Hair Studio. I might change it to Dollie Momma from now. But not only just talking about pregnancy, but also about hair as well, because I get asked so much about lace, bleaching, dyeing, the process of a lot of things. So I'm going to stay current on everything and make sure that I keep in touch with you guys. I'm getting a little hungry, so I might make me a grilled chicken salad. So I just want you guys to stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of great things that are to come. And for the moms, I salute you in everything that you do. This is some life-changing things into the dads that's there, doing all that you can through the hormones, through everything, because it's not pretty. It's not going to be pretty. And all you have to do is just stay strong for your woman and for your baby. So I salute all of you guys. I especially dedicate it to my mom because it's nothing that she's been through, hasn't been through, that I'm going through now. So she has been a tremendous support in my life. Not even just with the pregnancy, but just everything. She's really been there. Jay has been a tremendous cook. He has been so supportive and understanding. And one thing I had to learn with that is to make sure that even though I'm going through what I'm going through, he is still human. And to make sure that I keep in the front of my mind that, that he needs support, he needs attention too. So I try to make sure that I try to balance all of those things out. So it's like really important. It's like things that you have to learn to prioritize. Not say this is first, second, or third, but when you see it and you recognize it, how to deal with it. So we're going to be talking about a lot of deep things. It's going to be a lot of emotions, a lot of everything. So this is just the first episode. I have a doctor's appointment Monday. I'm going to be finding out the gender very soon. So I'm going to be sharing so much with you guys. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Ask me all the questions that you need. And I'm here. Thank you for being here for Dollie Mama. And you guys have a good day.